Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome to another Fight Up KC show. I'm your host, Zeke Wanganga, and today, man, when you say someone does it all, the dude I'm about to bring on, he does it all. This dude, he is a film producer, he is a director, he also owns his own agency that has made over $40 million in sales. So I'm talking about a big guy in the house today. So you guys, help me welcome the one and only Mr. Ebrima. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks
Welcome
for having
to the
me,
show.
for
Welcome
sure.
to the show.
Yeah,
You're looking fresh, bro.
Just like I'm trying to be like you. You know? Guess what? We have the same shoes.
Okay.
Kinda like the same patterns.
Yeah, they can't see it, but
yeah, they can't see it, but yeah.
We'll fly out here. I like the hat, though. I like the hat.
Yeah, it's actually like my brand.
It is,
so
yeah.
I have to wear
You gotta
it.
bring it. You gotta bring.
Wherever
Dang
I
it.
go.
I
So.
should have brought a hat. It's expensive. Hats are expensive.
No,
but
yeah, they're quite expensive.
On the next episode, I'll bring a hat. Next time, I'll surprise you with a whole outfit. But good to have you here today. Good to have you here today. How you doing? How you doing?
Man, emotionally, I'm so tired.
Yeah,
but physically, I'm ready to like move on to the next thing. But you know, it all comes down to like running a business and trying to stay healthy and being a dad. But you know, all in all, I'm very grateful to be here.
It's an honor to have you. Honestly, an honor to have you, man. You are. When they say someone does it all, you do it all. Yeah, but first, just give us a brief bio about yourself, because I know you're from Gambia, West Africa. Mm-hmm. Give us kind of a backtrack from from Gambia to Kansas City of all places. Who you are. Let the people know who you are.
Yeah. So. I came from Gambia. It's a very small island in West Africa.
Okay.
I think when I left, it was around 900,000 people. Currently, it's probably 1 million plus. Okay. But yeah, that's where I grew up. I played soccer there professionally. The goal was to go play for Manchester United, but that never happened due to a whole host of mental problems. Back then, I had no idea that I was having depression, anxiety, PTSD, and I was having like panic attacks back to back. So that's why I decided to quit playing soccer, because I felt like it was my fault that I could not play soccer, and I didn't know why I was having panic attacks. But yeah, so I grew up in West Africa, and all those mental problems that I said right now, brace yourself, audience, it's me watching a friend die in front of me, and that kind of messed me up. And also getting molested as well. So those two experiences put me in a place where I was so stressed that I developed this stutter. So me talking right now, I used to have a really bad stutter.
Dang, me too. I still stutter some from time to time, but I used to have a really bad stutter.
Nice to meet you, fellow stutter, conqueror.
Yes, it's a struggle, man. It's a struggle.
Like I used to define my whole my entire being as with that stutter, and I saw myself as someone who's not gonna be able to achieve anything because of the way people devalue me the moment I start speaking, and I'm just like, I can't even say a single sentence, and I just stayed behind the computer, and that's how I learned how to code. I learned how to do advertising because physically I cannot communicate with people, so I spent time just honing those skills just so that I can thrive in that aspect. But yeah, so that's like a little story of living in Gambia and trying to pursue something and not working out.
Before we even go into, I want to say cheers to being able to come out of just being a star to becoming this multi-talented individual, man. Yo, I'll tell you a funny story. So this was me. This is back in high school.
Yeah.
So my high school is called Santana Return International School. So they used to have every single day in the morning, they have a devotion where a class would come and present something. Like they had to have a student. So it was a week, and it was my turn that day to present.
Awesome.
I had this awesome thing memorized. I had everything memorized in my head. I was gonna give it out of my head. I was prepared, but I was scared. So I got on stage, and you have to do it in front of the whole students, right? So I got in front of everyone. I just blank. I couldn't say a word. I was tears were just coming down, but I had to hold it in because I couldn't say a word. It's not I don't know what I want to say. It's the first word couldn't come out.
I know.
My name, I couldn't pronounce my own name. I'm like,
I can relate so much, man.
Dang.
Like I remember moments where I will literally say the whole sentence in my head.
Exactly.
Especially girls. Before talking, I would say,
"Oh my God, don't even go there." Yes.
And then I'll approach someone. He's just like, I'm just like, and inside I'm just like, second voice is like, "What are you doing? Say this. We practice," but it doesn't come out.
It doesn't come out.
It's like people have no idea that there's a population of humans out there that are struggling with stutter. So to me, it's like that was me back in Africa, and. That's why I ended up in America, because I was running away from that environment, everything that happened, and I could not find hope in that space. So I just wanted to leave, and hopefully coming to America would save my life and change, my whole perspective. But I was still hiding, so.
Dang, but not to dig in too deep, but I really want to dig in too deep. Kind of share to the audience what happened with your friend dying, and kind of talk about how were you able to overcome this, stuttering thing that happened to you, and kind of just share with us.
For sure. So to me, back in Africa, when it happened, I never actually overcame it. That's why I ended up developing a stutter. But it's like I didn't have anyone in my circle or family that knew anything about what do you do? How do you talk to a little 11-year-old boy who just lost his friend?
Dang.
Especially watching him drown. So internally, it definitely messed me up because I actually blame myself for him drowning because I was there. I could have jumped in the water and saved him.
Dang.
But I was just a little kid. I didn't have anyone to communicate that to me. Be like, hey, you have no control. This happened and it's super sad. But don't blame us. I never had that. So I've literally lived my whole life just literally having dreams about, nightmares about him drowning. And that was just accumulating into more stress, more anxiety. So that's how I was developing panic attacks. So I didn't deal with it very well as a kid. So that's why I ran away from Africa to come to America. And that's when I found therapy and literally had to learn everything about mental health, everything that I knew about mental health as being crazy, like people that are crazy in Africa, because that's how we see it. And, just going through that process, it kind of helped me understand that, we as people tend to define ourselves as our illness, whatever that may be, a broken leg, we're handicapped, all these different things. We kind of limit ourselves due to those illnesses, and we don't go out of that box. And it's super common, and that's who I was. And to me, going to therapy just helped me understand that aspect of myself, and it kind of helped me open up and see that there's more to just being a person who stutters. There's more to anxiety and PTSD and depression.
Wow.
And through that awareness, I was able to see my entire personality change. It was mind-blowing, and I was like, oh my God, what happened? And I was like, I just knew about myself. And I was brave enough to actually challenge myself and keep myself accountable. I know I'm saying myself a lot. Literally starts with yourself.
It starts with you. It really starts with you. But that's our logo. It starts with you.
Dude, that's awesome. Culture just makes it hard for us to make it about ourselves, because that's selfish. But the thing is, we have to be selfish first in order to be selfless, because we're afraid of going deeper and then finding things that we haven't opened up about. And the environment doesn't give us the space to even open up about it. So we will rather keep quiet than actually dealing with it. So that's what I was experiencing. And I had to run away from my family literally just to be free. But it took me a long time, because even when I came to America, I also learned that I was a black man. Everybody was just talking about my skin. They were like, man, this and what dark. I was like, yo, my name is Ebrima. That's my name. But people would rather call me a black man than call me my name. So throughout college, I was really angry, because I was like, oh my God, why is everyone talking about race? Because I grew up in a community where everyone was black.
So
it
wasn't a thing.
Call ourselves each other, black man or white man. You were just a black person. So it's and then you go by your name. So that was something that kind of even put me in a place where I just wanted to be not deal with people. So I've lived in Kansas City for almost 9 years now, and I don't know a lot of people. That's because the first 7 years was me just being by myself and not wanting to deal with people, because people are talking about my skin. It doesn't matter who it was. There's always a conversation about my skin, and usually when it comes to conversations about Africa, people just have their assumption instead of asking. So I just decided to stay back and just learn about all these different things that I'm doing now, which makes sense now that I'm doing it. But
Wow. Now, talking about the race thing in the United States, that's something I also had to learn myself. Because I'm from Nigeria, and Nigeria is all black people. Nigeria. Exactly. There's nothing there's tribal things going on, but it's never about your skin color. And until I came here, I'm like, I never knew this was a thing, right?
Yeah, it was mind blowing for sure.
And that would dampen your whole reality. Is this the real word, because you see the TV, it's a whole
Yeah.
different. Everyone is laughing at the TV, like,
I
oh,
know.
everyone is getting. You come like, okay,
Like
that's a
the
whole different
burgers,
thing.
the food.
Yeah, it's like
It looks. That's the only thing I was aware of in Africa. Like the cool clothing, the food.
Yes.
I was like, man, I want to live here. And then I came here just like the complete opposite.
Yeah, it's a whole different. The
Yeah.
reality is different from what you see in Hollywood, and that's
Yeah.
something that we get fooled with. Whereas like the
Yeah.
Hollywood experience, the first time I had McDonald's, I was like, this is so great, McDonald's burger.
Man.
And then after that, I'm like, okay.
I was so sick.
I was-
The first day that I came to America, I literally told my uncle, let's go to McDonald's. But in his area, Burger King was there. And then we
Yes.
went to Burger King, and I just ate all that, and I got sick, literally solid sick.
Consumed a bunch
I
of
was
it.
throwing up because my body was like, my whole life I've ate from Africa, everything
Yes.
was planted. There's nothing in it to tamper with the food to
Exactly.
make it look cooler or beautiful or bigger.
was
Everything
real
was
food.
just the way it is supposed to be. So I came in and ate the burger, and I got so sick, and to me
Damn.
that's why I decided not to eat fast food.
Yeah, fast food. Yeah, I gotta
Yes.
cut on that. 'Cause,
Yeah. It was bad.
But let me take you back a little bit, because you talked about therapy, right?
I know I
'Cause
talked about a lot.
to an American, therapy is a normal thing, right? To an
Yeah.
African man myself, I haven't gone to therapy yet, and I'm gonna tell you, because my girl, she's been trying to push me to go to therapy, honestly, and I haven't, because there's this ideology, this mindset as a black man, as an African man, why do you want to go to therapy? Like, you can deal with that
Man.
yourself. Now, talk to us, what was that for you? How did you get to the point of actually going to therapy? Because I know that would have been hard for you to make that decision.
Yeah, it was hard. So for me, I was dating a girl back then.
Yes.
And she was reminding me, hey, you need to go see a therapist. And to me, I was like, nah, that's for crazy people, because
Yes.
in Africa, I've seen them literally drag people that have anxiety and throwing them into a hospital, and they're beating them physically. So I was like, no, I don't want to. I'm not crazy. So I was really pissed at her for saying
yes.
that. But it actually took for her to give up on me, because to me after going to therapy, I was able to see that, okay, I was with this girl because I had a stutter, I didn't have any friends, I was lonely, and she accepted all of those quirks that I'm not happy about. She was the first person to actually accept it.
Wow.
And I just put everything on her, and I depended on her to be there for everything.
Yes.
And she was exhausted physically, emotionally, and I didn't see that because I was just happy that someone loved me.
Exactly.
And
Wow.
for the first time, I felt like someone was listening to me. So, but I wasn't listening to her at all. Because to me, I'm just comfortable, and so she should listen. I make a lot of money. I'm a developer. Blah blah blah. So we're cool.
Yeah.
But that was not the case. So but it took for her to leave me. And then I decided, okay, maybe if I go to therapy, she's gonna come back. So that's the reason why I went to therapy. It was funny. and then I went to therapy, and then this freaking psychology doesn't listen to me. She was ignoring the fact that I came there. I told her, hey, my girlfriend always told me to go to therapy, but I'm ignoring her, and I just want help to get back together.
Yeah.
So I told her, I don't believe in this. This is all just BS to me.
Yeah.
But I just want
Wow.
to do it for her. She just smiled. She said, okay. 6 months later, I find myself finding myself and slowly understanding why I was clingy and needy to this woman, and that's when I realized, oh my God, I have a problem, and this is something that I never realized about myself. Even the stutter, 6 to 7 months into the therapy, I saw it literally disappearing.
Wow.
But every day I was fighting that. I was like, no, but I knew that she was right. Literally, the way she responds, because I know myself more than anyone. But the fact that I was pushing everything away, I never talk about it. So I tend to forget about my own toxicity. So she was pointing that out. She was kind of helping me navigate my emotions. And then to me, that's something that I never witnessed from my parents. Not that they're bad people, they just don't know how to.
Yeah, exactly.
But having the professional person letting you know, hey, okay, I hear what you're saying. How about this way? And actually challenging you and making you think. And sometimes us people, the more we talk, the more we hear ourselves. And hear, oh my God, what did I just say that?
Wow,
And
that's so true.
that's what helped me, actually understand therapy and be able to accept myself, even though I went into it just to get back with the girl. But after I came out of it, I literally went back and apologized to this woman, because I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that I was this toxic. I apologize, I'm sorry. I put you in such a weird place, and I learned that I didn't even love you the way that I thought I did.
Yes.
It was not like legit love, and that's something that's common in marriages.
Wow.
People are married to someone that they don't love because they genuinely care about this person and they want to see them thrive. But it's like, I love you because I want to be with you. I want to own you. It's like very like possessive love that I had. So to me, it took therapy for me to understand who I am and actually step out of my own little bubble and see myself in a different perspective. And that's why now, whenever I talk to anyone, literally I'm creating a shirt that says, "You need therapy, bro."
Wow, yeah, honestly.
Because now I'll listen to people talk and I can tell, man, you need therapy. But I try not to say it, but in a t-shirt.
Yeah, you read it for yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah,
wow.
No, it's powerful, man. Like
Wow.
it's wild.
Yeah, because, being African, being Nigerian, we don't see therapy is when you go to therapy, you have your psychiatric something is going off, right?
Yeah.
So we're not taught to like connect to emotions, push it down as much as possible, and just keep going, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just don't forget about it.
And it will go away. I say this, I tell this story every single time. The first time, and my dad never hugged me. Ever.
My dad never said that.
Never. Any day he said that, I would think something's going on.
Yeah, I'll be like, whoa.
That's something. Are you trying to kill me or something? Because are you dying tomorrow?
Is mom okay?
Is everyone okay? Yeah. So the first time I got a hug from anyone was from I think it was from my brother, Kennedy. He played soccer in Europe. So he would live in Europe at that point, like 2 years or so.
Yeah.
So he came back, and I was supposed to pick him up at the airport, and he gave me a hug. I was like, what is this dude doing?
Yeah, you're like, whoa.
What's happening? What is that? Man. What is that? But then I came to the U.S. and everyone wanted to hug me. I'm like, okay, man. All right, that's too close, but it's the culture, right? It's something that we do not learn. But man, because I haven't gone to therapy yet, and I'm trying to push myself to get to that therapy because I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna find out about myself, right? Because
literally, that's what I
scary, right? It's scary.
It is. Yeah.
But man, that is awesome that you're able to make that step. Now, going forward to your business and being able to start your own company and your own agency that has made sales up to $40 million.
Man, I wish I was making that back.
Can I give us an idea of how you started that and how that came about?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, I back then when I had a really bad stutter, I just made myself learn pretty much any skill out there that would help me not to interact with people. So I started learning how to code. I learn how to advertise, and I took a bunch of psychology courses because I was genuinely curious about what was wrong with me. And somehow along the line, I was doing all sorts of jobs. Like I was working for Blue Beetle Pest Control. Because I was technician and I don't have to deal with people. It's easy. And I just got to go spray people's house and go. So I did that job, and then while I was doing that, I was doing a bunch of eBay. I was selling things online. I was going to stores and literally buying things, at like Walmart and then reselling them online. So that's what I was doing as a hobby because it's fun. And I decided to convince my boss at Blue Beetle because he had this big heating machine. Okay. That actually sucks water inside basement and also heat up an apartment to make sure that there's no bed bugs inside the house. So I saw this device sitting there for a while, and I'm saying, hey, are you using this? He said, no. I'm like, do you want me to sell it for you? And he's like, sure. I was gonna get rid of it, so I just put it on eBay, and someone in Texas saw it. And he's like, hey, I would love to buy this. I have $15,000 right now. I'll buy it, and I listed for $3,000, but I didn't know how much it cost. And I looked it up. It was like $35,000 for a used one.
God.
But it's like this giant machine. And I'm saying, hey, Mitch, I found someone in Texas that want to buy it. I'm open to delivering it. He's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. And I literally just rented a U-Haul and just went to Texas. And that was my first business transaction. And when I met the guy. And then he actually literally gave me an envelope, 15 grand. I was like, yo, I don't even know this man.
Wow.
That's when I understand the power of the internet, even though I was always in it.
Yes.
But I didn't really know the consumer aspect of it, that people actually buy things.
Yes.
And especially at that number, 15 grand.
15 grand.
And then, he actually met me and he liked me. the actual owner who ended up buying the heat machine.
Yes.
He said, hey, I know you've driven. Do you want to stay at least one night and rest? And he got me a hotel, and I got to get to know him. And he owns like 3 different factories that actually create textile.
Wow.
And then we were talking. He's like, yeah, I hired this big agency to do my website, and I don't like it. And I'm just like, yeah, I do websites for fun. I can help you do it. And he was like, yeah, I paid him 20 grand, but I can pay you 10 grand to do it. Imagine me.
Dang, you know, like
never. And I'm just like, yeah, sure.
That's what I do.
I can help you. I'm just like, you know what, 10 grand is good.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's start with that, for starters.
Literally, in my head though, I was freaking out. Like,
wow.
What is happening? Like, why is he paying me 10 grand? Is this guy a drug dealer? But I didn't understand the trust that he had in me right away. The fact that I drove from Kansas City to Texas just to deliver to someone that I don't know. I don't even know whether it's going to convert. But I just took the risk, and then that kind of opened my eye, and I realized, people pay people to build websites. I've always done it for fun. I literally build websites for fun and just put it online and then take it down because it was fun. But he was the one who paid me 10 grand. I came back to Kansas City, quit Blue Beetle right away.
Wow!
I was like, I'm done. I gotta go learn about this internet thing because I've always used to selling tiny stuff, $5, $6 on eBay.
Damn.
And then literally I came home because Mitch gave me I think I don't remember, but I think $3,000. He's the owner of Blue Beetle.
Okay.
As a commission, as a thank you
for selling that.
But I already made $10,000 extra to build this website, and that was my first website. And I came back home, and that's when I started diving into paid media, marketing, and actually understanding how to run a business. And I did do like a business course in college, not to knock down on colleges, but I don't remember what I learned there. But I learned everything in like just dealing with people every day. And through that process of just building that site and him like sending my number to someone else, they're calling me, hey, I have this website. I saw that you build this website for my friend. Would you mind building my website? I'm just like, sure. And that kind of snowballed into where it is today, of people just calling me, hey, you did my website, I have this person. Wow. Like in Kansas City, I have the highest rating agency, but no one knows it. Because it has always been word of mouth, and I've always been very like intentional with who I work with.
Exactly.
Because again, the stutter kind of limited me to even open up. But I've been very intentional with who I work with for sure.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, it's been quite the process, and I don't remember a lot of the details.
Yes.
But yeah, so far, it's definitely going.
Way to jump into 10 grand, man.
No,
that is
wild.
like a lottery into starting your own business.
Yeah, like you usually start your business, you're like 5 years later, I haven't even made 10 grand.
Wow, man, that's phenomenal.
So I'm very lucky for sure. So I consider myself as lucky, but I had to spend years of working by myself, building all these things, to be in a space where I can accept that and be comfortable enough to feel like I can deliver. Because we do have that issue with a lot of entrepreneurs or people that are starting now.
Yes.
Always over promising, but they can't deliver.
They can't deliver.
The fact that I have a #1 agency that not a lot of people even know about is because I know how to deliver the results, but I don't even push myself that much. The work itself just pushes it, itself.
Yes.
People eventually find me, and I'm okay with, I'm very okay with saying no to people that I don't want to work with.
Yes.
And I'm very grateful for that. But again, it took a lot of work to be in that space for sure.
Yes. Man, my status on LinkedIn, I think it says sit down and work, and then don't matter what people are doing, just work, get your work out there. Your work will speak for you, and you're literally doing it. Now let's talk a little bit about your documentary coming out, right? You have this docuseries, The Freedom Project.
Absolutely.
Give us an insight of the goal for that, and you kind of talked about what you're trying to, the policy you're trying to bring up with when it comes to mental health.
Yeah.
Kind of give us a whole spiel of that project.
Man, so the project, from like an outside perspective, people think it's a film that I'm just producing, but it's actually a very intentional project with the goal of pushing legislation, bills to make sure that mental health services are protected, schools are protected.
Yes.
People are actually not getting gentrified in their own communities. So that's the goal.
Okay.
And in order for me to achieve that, I have to make sure that it's a very powerful project. So that's why I took it global. So right now we have partnerships on a global level, and the goal is to be able to build something where consumers, actual people, are pushing it.
Yes.
And we can use that power in order to pass bills and work with legislatures and be like, hey, today we want to focus on Kansas City because we noticed that there's a lot of money on the federal level that's coming to to the state level for mental health services, millions of dollars. But the thing is, the money doesn't get distributed to all those people because those mental health funds, which are government agencies, they're not very effective. You know, they're in charge of marketing, letting communities know, hey, there's a mental health service here, and we will help you find therapists.
Okay.
We'll give you money if you can't afford it. We're going to help you. All these different social services that on the federal level there's money available, but those agencies don't have the, you know, the manpower or the woman power to actually let people know. So it's like at the end of the year, the money goes to developers, and usually not all the time. There's a bunch of developers that have ties in like state officials because they used to be the state officials becoming developers. So they're actually making sure that the money doesn't get distributed properly by making sure that those agencies are understaffed. Like something from a Batman movie, you know, and at the end of the year, they'll come in and say, well, no one is asking for mental health. Let's use this money in other ways, and it gets redistributed into development, like infrastructure. So the money goes into that. So the same people that the money was intended for are getting pushed away in order for new buildings to come in. So it's like very backwards. So it's like, that's what I'm trying to fight. So I want to work with I forgot his name, but like one of the Kennedys, the Kennedy right now, like the governor, I believe. I don't remember what exactly he does, but he was able to pass a bill called the parity law. And the parity law basically states that mental health is the same as physical health, and we should treat them the same. But the thing is, there's a lot of loopholes when it comes to like insurance companies. They find a way by having their own psychologists vet psychologists that are seeing patients. You know, patient come in, hey, I have insurance by XYZ insurance company, and I'm dealing with panic attacks and I need help. And then that psychology has to report to the insurance company or agency and said, hey, I have this patient and this is how much the bill was. And they were like, okay, we hear you, we see the bill, we're going to talk to our own psychologist. Hey, Mr. Psychologist, what do you think about this? And the psychology, works for the insurance agency. So he's going to make sure that his bottom line is safe. He's like, okay, this is not anxiety, this is not PTSD, it's not depression. Let's scrap that. Okay, patient, I'm sorry. You have to pay out of pocket. So which is limiting people from going in and getting help in the first place because of loopholes. So to me, I want to be able to work with legislatures that can help me pass those bills, because I don't know how to pass. I just have the idea. And that's because of my own experience when I wanted to find a psychologist, because I wanted to get back with my girlfriend right now. And I could not find a freaking psychologist. And I didn't know what was the difference. Well, who is a therapist? Who is a psychologist? And that took forever, and I almost gave up.
But man, speak of going from, wanting not to go to therapy to becoming an advocate for therapy. It's like the complete 360 that happened.
Man, even today, some part of me is trying to tell me, why are you doing this? Because it's like,
people need help, man. People need the help.
Because I was there and I needed help and I could not find that help. And I was lucky enough to find it. So I want to be that, that person who can get the people the help they need. But I mean, throughout this process of, again, like being a black man trying to do this, it has been so stressful, like trying to raise funds especially, because, even today, I was talking to my co-founder, because, we've been talking to some, like a few like VC firms, we've talked to like, a bunch of other like investors or people that actually have money that are interested in what I do. But the thing is, it's like the way the system is structured is I am more likely to like, get to know, because, it's like there's going to be someone or something, I'm not trying to say names, but because I've talked to almost 250, I don't even know, I lost count, like VCs.
A lot of people.
Because I was like, yo, people need help, let's help them. They're like, okay, cool, this kid has a good idea, now let's see your finances. And I'm like, bro, like,
how much money can he make us?
Yeah, how much money can we make us? But then it's like, usually the way things are structured is like, you have to prove that you can actually, secure the investment, which makes sense. But the thing is, usually us, especially like minorities, we're working with less all the time. And we always figure out, how to keep the wheels moving. And to me, that's a great skill, but they don't see it that way. And, usually, I hate saying they, but it's like whoever the person is, they'll always figure out how to say no.
Yeah.
And usually it comes down to whether this person can manage $10 million. But the thing is, they don't see the reverse side, which is this person has been running this for 7 years.
Yes.
Let's just give him million.
Without
and see what happened. Like literally, yeah. So it's like that has been a big problem, funding. And actually letting people know that, yo, this project is actually good for the planet, for your bottom line, especially bigger companies, because they have billions of dollars to lose. And, you know, not educating your next audience, you know, the next generation, who they're demanding for companies to be in a space where they can care for their own mental illness and, you know, the things that they care about. And if you're a billion-dollar company right now that doesn't plan for that, you're about to like deal with a big problem.
Exactly.
You know, you're gonna have like ineffective, you know, employees coming in. You're gonna have like the structure is gonna break somewhere, because you know, like employee like retention is not gonna be a thing, because people are gonna come in and be like, wow, I thought this company was awesome, but they don't even care about their employees.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been dealing with. You know, trying to tell them a social problem and actually quantify that and show them, hey, there's value here for your company, and you have to pivot somehow. And that has been like, oh my God, the most stressful thing. So I've been funding my entire project. Wow. I think I've spent about close to $200,000 of my own money into every film that I produce. Literally, I've been self, because that's how much I believe in it. You know, but I haven't seen. I've seen a few people that came in the early and kind of helped me just to you know, kind of push the project from not dying. And, you know, I appreciate those two people. One of them is Jeff Miner and John McGraw, the former Kansas City Chiefs safety.
Okay.
So they both came in and helped him.
Yes. Okay.
So, but so far I've been the sole investor, the creator, the producer.
Damn.
Man, and then having to run a company where I have almost 60 contractors to work with. And then I have a son.
Family.
So trying to manage all that. You know, my mom is here as well. So it's just crazy.
I'm happy you got therapy, though. This is
where
therapy comes in.
No, I'm happy that I got therapy, because I can balance those emotions whenever, you know, I'm like in a space where I'm about to have a panic attack. I can breathe properly. I can kind of walk through it, or, you know, just kind of journal things. It kind of helps me stay sane, okay? Because I don't do drugs, so.
That is good that you don't do that, because you need something to help you manage it.
Yeah, because I need something to help me manage. And my son definitely makes it easier, because sometimes I'll be in like the most chaotic state, and he would just come and say something. He's a 3-year-old, and he just kind of calms me down, and I'll literally get out of that mindset and just play with him. Which is a beautiful thing to have. So I'm very grateful that I'm a dad now.
Man.
So, definitely.
Man, that is just fantastic, right? Thank you for being able to take on this huge venture of being able to push this mission forward, because you got a lot of things going on. You could just say, you know what, I don't care about it, but you know, people need help. When I say people, I say myself as well, because I need therapy as well, you know. So I'm talking about every black person out there who hasn't gone therapy just because of the mindset of what we've been like taught as a kid, right? But then you have all this other project. You have something we want to work with Netflix and all that going on in the back end of things, and like
that was like the wildest story ever. So, you know, I'm an SEO guy as well, and I do, you know, as someone who does marketing, I've spent a lot of time on my, you know, IMDb page, which a lot of people don't even care about. But to me, when you go online and search my name, you probably find me everywhere. Because you know, I made sure that, you know, I've like mined my personality, my name everywhere. And, you know, I got in like IMDb, I believe, 2 years ago, and then last year, you know, I got a phone call, and it was like the executive producer of Fox.
Wow.
And he was like, hey, my team has been talking about you, and I was like, wait, what?
Wow, that was
crazy. And he literally, you know, called me in person, because it was, who is this producer in Kansas City that's doing all this thing? I was like, and I was like, it's just mind blowing. That's because I'm very intentional with everything that I do. Even when I type online, I'm making sure there's a reason why I'm doing it. When I post on Instagram, I literally research every post and make sure that keywords are structured in my caption, you know, the text. You know, I'm very intentional with everything that I do. So when that happened, I wasn't surprised, but to me, I was like, oh my God, this is too soon. My goal is to open a film studio in Kansas City, and eventually I wanted to connect with like people like that. And then he like reached out to me like too soon, and I was like, hey, okay, I appreciate you reaching out, but I'll be in touch. And then in my head, I was like, did you just told a freaking executive producer of Fox you'll be in touch?
Wow.
But to me, it's like timing is very important. You know, everything that I do is very intentional, and when I say yes to that, it would be too soon, and it's gonna mess up my whole process. And to me, I want to be able to build something so powerful that it's going to push like bills and legislations, and eventually have a film studio in Kansas City where I can be the connection for studios, Netflix, like distribution companies, for filmmakers in Kansas City to not get their ideas stolen, because that's a big thing.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's the next level, because on the grassroots, I've been talking about being able to have a hub for Kansas City where Atlanta has their hub, New York has their hub, LA has it. But we don't have a hub in Kansas City. Everyone has their pockets of things they're doing. But now you are actually doing it in a big, like a huge thing coming in, right? So, man, I'm just honored to know you. I'm honored to have you on the show to be able to share this, because people need to hear this, right? People need to know that,
definitely.
we're about to make it happen. It's no joke, right?
It is possible, because it's amazing how many talent is in Kansas City.
100%.
Like the people that are around me, I'm literally like, why the heck are y'all working with me? 'Cause, you guys are really smart and so talented. So it's like, to me, it like humbles me to be around those people, and then it puts me in a place where I literally want to fight for them.
Wow.
So I have a few key people that are in India, China. We haven't had Australia yet, but
you're global, baby.
Yeah, so they're all rock stars, and I get to sit here and talk like I'm the only person.
Damn, man.
But I have some solid people like Aditi. I know she's gonna watch this. She's the smartest woman I've ever met. And then I have Louis, who I call my Zorro. If you watch One Piece, I'm literally Straw Hat. I am Luffy, and he's Zorro, because he's just ready to like go. His aura is red. Like that dude is a rock star. So he's like my Zorro. And then I have Nariman, who she's also from Iraq or Iran. Sorry, Nariman.
If you're watching,
I apologize. I should know this. But she's a rock star. She knows. Literally, she has numbers of like freaking like governors.
Wow.
And I'm just like, so those are the people that are around me.
Link me up, there.
And they're elevating me. So I always take my time to like give them like a shout out, because without them, I'm probably gonna be just holding a loudspeaker. Hey man, your mental health is key. Your mental health is key.
I mean, like they say, it takes a village to raise a kid, right?
Absolutely.
It takes a village. It's not a one-man stand. It has to be people coming together to help you with your dream and where you want to go.
Yes.
And at that process, everyone benefits, because their potentials are coming to the truest form, to the highest form of it, right?
Yeah.
But man, congrats to being a doer, right? Getting it done, not just being someone who talks about it, but someone who gets in front of it, takes risk, and make it happen. But I'm sad that we're coming towards the end of the show. I don't want it to end because there's so much to talk about. But we're coming towards the end of the show, where this is the section where we're going to the game part of the show.
Oh, cool.
So we're
suck at games, so let me take a drink.
It's not going to be a huge struggle, because you're very smart. So you're going to easy flow through this. So
I just research a lot.
That is smart, because what you don't know until you read it.
Exactly.
So we have two games we do. We have Fast Five, where I ask you 5 fast questions. You have to think on your feet and answer them as fast as possible. No thinking. Okay. And then we have the second thing where we do we explain this. So I'm just going to show you a picture of yourself. You're going to explain what in the world you're doing in that picture.
Oh wow, I have some really crazy photos. Hopefully it's not anything that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, hopefully it's not. But it might be good. It might be a good picture. So here we go. Are you ready for Fast Five?
Yeah, I have to sit like I'm ready.
All right, let's get it. The first question. Who is the president? Who is the president of Gambia?
I should know this.
I got you on that one. You don't have to think about it.
It's been 9 years, okay?
Say any word that comes in.
It's not with a B. Abubakar.
Okay.
That's not even a B.
Second question. Who is Sporting KC's captain?
Oh my God.
Another question. I got you on that one as well.
Who is?
What is India's?
Sorry, Aaron.
It's okay. What is India's capital?
Mumbai?
Mumbai, okay, good. You got people, you have business in India, so you better know that one.
Yeah.
Where is King West National Park located?
What's that?
It's a park in Gambia. I went all the way home to Gambia.
Oh my God.
But anyways.
Man, in Gambia, I don't even know some of the names of the streets, honestly.
It's been a long time, but it's okay. It's fine. And the final question. And this is going to be a trick question. How much money do you make, Abraham? How much freaking money do you make in all the companies that you have?
Man, I don't know.
You don't have to answer this a trick question, but if you want to answer it, just let us know.
I don't know.
Upwards of $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. But anyways, that's that for the Fast Five. And then now we're going to go to explain this. What is happening in this picture? Tell me what's going on and what are you doing in this picture?
So I was with the girl that left me and I went to therapy. So
Okay.
she was the one who took this photo. And basically, I was doing the Michael Jackson, like leaning forward.
Okay.
I actually fell so hard after this. So this was me falling.
Okay.
That's why it looks like I'm going too fast.
You going to, okay.
I literally fell like that. But I was doing the Michael Jackson, lean forward and come back up.
Okay.
But it didn't work out as I expected.
The next picture. What is going on here?
Okay, so I used to dance. I used to do b-boy, and
Okay.
I used to travel all over America with the Battery Tour and
Okay.
dance. So this girl saw me, and she was like, "Oh my God, you were Zeus!" So that was my stage name. And this was my move that I used to do all the time.
Okay.
She was like, "You were Zeus. My daughter follows you, and we do this all the time. Do you mind doing it so that we can do a picture and send it to her?" And I was like, "Sure."
So does she dance as well, or?
So she's a yoga instructor.
Oh,
and
okay.
she's like, "Please let's do your Zeus pose."
That is
I was like, sure, let's do it.
That's hard. I can't do that right
I
there.
can't do this anymore. This was like 6 years ago or something.
Yeah, I'll break your
I was
neck.
in shape.
I'll break
but
my neck.
Not anymore. Right
I'll
now,
break
no.
my neck right there.
And,
But last picture.
Oh wow.
Fine boy Abraham, the smooth fine boy, the smooth sweet boy Abraham.
Wow.
When was this and what's going on here? Because you were like,
you brought this photo. you went there.
I went all the way back.
I was in high school.
Okay.
You know, I thought I was like the guy.
Yeah, the main dude, right?
Yeah, I thought I was the guy. You know, I had my silver chain on.
Okay,
So,
like
you know,
50 Cent,
behind-
baby.
Oh my God, that was me. You like did your research, dude. So when G Unit first was hype,
Yes,
and 50
yes.
Cent's like in the club came out.
Yeah.
One of my friends owned an MP3, and he would not let me listen until I did like chores in his house.
Yeah.
So I followed him all the way to his house. I cleaned his house. I literally like cooked for him.
Wow.
He asked me to go to the shop and grab stuff. I did.
Dang,
Just to listen
just
to
50
Find Me
Cent.
in the Club, Bottle Full of Books.
Hey, let's not go into it.
So yeah, so my nickname was 50.
Wow, okay.
Jesus.
Okay. G Unit represented.
Yeah. No, yeah, I was a big G Unit guy.
But, man, that's-
yeah. Wow,
that's
you
awesome.
You did your research, man.
I went into it. You on the Fight Up KC show. This is the real thing.
We don't fire it up.
we don't
I'm
play
like
it out
hot
here.
from answering all these questions. I'm like sweating.
Fast Five gets you hot on the Fight Up
taking me
KC
back.
mic. But man, we've come to the end of the show. But before we go,
Mm-hmm.
how can people reach you? How can they watch your project? How can they get informed what you got going on?
Yeah, I mean, basically SEO guy, so you can find me anywhere. Abraham Advocates.
Okay.
You literally find me Facebook, Instagram,
Fantastic, okay.
YouTube. So I do have a separate page for the Freedom Project, which is just freedomprojectkc.com. You should find literally all the links to Instagram to learn about the project, because again, it is very big. There's a lot more that's happening because it's a
Yes.
global project, and that I can't even touch on because it's just going to extend this forever.
Yes.
But yeah, so freedomprojectkc.com, but my personal Abraham Advocates or Abraham Advocate. So.
Okay. And when is your
Yeah.
project dropping? I forgot
So
to ask
September
that.
2nd, 2022.
September
we're gonna-
2nd.
Yeah, next year.
Next year. Okay.
So
I was like, is
you're
that
like,
tomorrow?
whoa,
I was like,
whoa.
that's tomorrow.
Nah, next year.
Next
in a
year, okay.
So it's gonna be a global like premiere
Okay.
of the sports and mental health episode.
Fantastic.
Where I have John McGraw speaking, the former Kansas City Chiefs. I also
Wow,
have Dustin Colquitt, who's also going to be talking.
Okay.
He's the former punter for 15 years.
Wow.
I have Jeff Miner, who is a psychologist, and Kimberly Williamson, who's a Jamaican high jumper. She's actually coming to U.S. because we're doing a whole branding thing with her.
Wow.
She's going to be the face of the Freedom Project as well. So,
Man,
yeah, so
huge
that, yeah,
project.
we definitely have a lot happening. So yeah, but the main premiere is going to be September 2nd, 2022.
2022.
So you are definitely going to be there.
Looking for I'm about
Fire it up, the
to
whole
come
place.
through. You already know, Fight Up KC.
Yeah.
We don't joke, we don't play.
Yeah.
But man, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for being able to share your story on the Fight Up KC platform. And it's been an honor to be able to sit with you because this is the first time meeting you in person because we've been Zooming and all that.
And
But
one thing though, I realized you were taller than me, so I'm pissed.
well, that's what Zoom does. You
I
never
was
know.
like, this dude is taller than me. I was like, what? All right, cool.
But thank you for coming. Hey,
yeah, thanks for having me, man.
thank
I
you guys for
appreciate
watching
this.
the Fight Up KC show. It's another episode. You know where to find us at fightupkc.com. Do not miss out. At Fight Up KC on all our platforms. Listen to our podcast. And, it's your host, Zeke Wanganga. And you know what to do. Stay fired up. Don't quit. Keep going. And I'll see you guys next time. But for now, bye-bye and stay safe. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man.